From the Oklahoman studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OSU football update. I'm Barry Trammell along with OSU writer Kyle Fredrickson. And Kyle, the Cowboys come off a bye week. Got another bye week, some would say, with the Kansas Jayhawks. But this is an OSU team that's ranked in the top 20, unbeaten. 3 close games. Cowboys have come on the right side of all 3. What does this team need to work on going forward, and what did they get out of this bye week? Well,
when we talked to Mike Gundy on Wednesday during the bye week, he pointed out 2 things: defending the deep ball and establishing a run game. But I think it's the run game that probably has OSU fans most concerned at this point, as well as the coaching staff. The goal of this team is to reach that 150 yards per game mark. They've only reached the century mark once this season. So Mike Gundy admitted that at this point they're not just kind of waiting for it to fix itself. They spent this week making some schematic changes, potentially some personnel changes, not diving into exactly what those were going to be, but talking with coaches and players on Monday, they've got a little bit of confidence knowing that this is a problem that they're going to address to see, maybe how the Cowboys can reach that mark. Now, against West Virginia in the overtime period, we saw the Cowboys make some changes late in overtime. Mike Gundy used that as a credit to how the Cowboys were able to run 6 straight times to get the victory, using Paul Lewis as a pulling guard, having Jalen McCleskey come around as a decoy, kind of in that fake reverse game. And it worked out then, but in terms of those long-term fixes, Gundy said don't expect just to see those types of things moving forward, as the Cowboys are going to have to kind of scheme each defensive team to see how they can get this done. And if the running backs are healthy, you figure when you have a 1-2 punch like Chris Carson and Rennie Childs, that you have 2 backs with different skill sets who should be able to put up numbers for you if they have the right blocking.
Now, we saw Rennie Childs used extensively the longer the game went on, particularly in overtime. Is he going to get a bigger load, do you think?
I think it's probably is going to be the case. I asked Mike Gundy after the press conference yesterday on Monday, whether or not Chris Carson was healthy. He had an ankle injury against Texas, came back against West Virginia, but only averaged 1.5 yards per carry. Not the guy that we expected to see in August when he was named the preseason Big 12 Newcomer of the Year. But with Child's skill set, being that he has that initial burst, I think that can kind of mask some of the OSU's offensive line inefficiencies. Those guys don't have to hold their blocks nearly as long when you have a runner with that burst, but you're worried about Child's durability. He's a smaller back. He's more of a short burst kind of guy. So I don't know if they trust him to be that kind of 20 carry per back type of player, which Carson physically, you figure he's capable of doing.
Super. Thanks a lot, Kyle. Stay tuned for further OSU football coverage here on News OK and every day in the Oklahoman.